Just like pretend like you didn't just tell everyone your story, you know?
Okay.
Which is hard, I know.
I get embarrassed. I just like speak. Okay, so I'm 23.
Make sure you're like a little bit louder too.
I got shot inside of the back 2 years ago.
And say your full name too.
My name is Brianna Wheeler. Do you want me to say it in order?
Yeah, so start now.
Okay. Hi, my name is Brianna Wheeler. I'm 23 years old. I was wrongfully shot in the back about 2.5 years ago, and I'm a T12 throughout 3, incomplete. And it's just been a journey for me. I've been trying to stay as positive as I can and as focused and really pray as much as I can. And this is a great experience with all these girls to just share.
Can you tell the story of like when it happened and kind of how hard it was waking up paralyzed and everything that like you went through, because you didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, of course. So I had just moved to, I'm originally from out here. I had just moved to Arizona to go help my grandma. She had hip surgery. I went
and how old were you?
21. Yeah, it happened a month before my 22nd birthday, so I was 21. And I had just picked him up and our friend from work, we stopped in front of my friend's house waiting for his parents to get home like we did almost every day. And this guy came walking down the street and he knocked on my window. And I was in the passenger seat and I got super nervous, but he said he was gonna ask for a cigarette. That's the reason why he knocked, but I'm not sure how the guy in the back recognized him because he was from the area, and he was the one showing us around, introducing us to people, all that stuff. So when that guy got inside of my car to finish his story, I didn't really think of anything of it because there were so many people getting inside of my car. I was just meeting new people all the time. So
wait, why did he get in your car?
He was telling
you were driving?
No, we were parked. So we were parked and he was walking down the street and he had knocked on my window and he started talking to the guy in the back. The guy recognized him. He wrote down his window like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. And
was he an older man?
Yeah, he was older. He's definitely maybe like 30, maybe a little bit, maybe 29, 30. I'm sure around there. And he was tatted up. He was super jittery. I automatically felt nervous, but it's just one of those things where you just don't even think about it until it's already done, you know. And I was already ready to go home. It was already late, and it wasn't that late actually. Okay, it was like around 7. But anyways, he got inside the car. He was super mad about his sister's boyfriend, and he was like saying like, have you seen this guy? I'm gonna get him, all this stuff, blah blah. He wanted to calm down, so he wanted to sit inside the car to finish telling his story. And the guy was like, no, you're fine right here. You're not disrespecting my house or anything. And it's just so weird to me when I put it into perspective because that guy was just always so friendly with everybody. And I felt like he was very standoffish. And there's so many just little things that switched around. And that stuff bothers me.
The guy that was talking was standoffish? You didn't know the guy that got into the car?
I didn't know the guy that got inside the car. The guy the guy in the back seat was standoffish. So he's usually so open and like telling.
So you could tell he was nervous.
Yeah, like there was something. And then
were you good friends with him, the guy in the back?
Well, we only known him maybe for 2 months, and 2.5 months because we had just moved to.
But you had a bad feeling.
I did because I was raised around those type of people, so I automatically.
Where were you raised?
When in LA, but I just was raised with drug addict parents and on the street and stealing my food and just trying to survive, take care of my brothers and my cousins, and it was really hard, and that's why I'm so independent and people don't understand that. I grew up from a young age, so it was hard getting this ripped away from me. It was so hard because it was everything that I knew and more, and I now had to rely on this group of people that were unreliable.
Yes. Oh my
gosh. It's the most difficult thing for me.
And it's been 2 years.
Yeah, and I've barely been kind of more okay. I feel like it's very hard for me because that's just my personality, and I'm going through so much inside most of the time, and I just deal with it usually once I get home. And now I'm exhausted, I'm tired. Nobody knows all the extra shit. They know the laughs and the jokes and this and that, but they don't know all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
And so many people in my life, I've realized that they've like at the beginning when they find out about my injury, can I help you? What do you need? Where can I go? What do you need to happen? You know, but slowly they start getting used to my injury. So now because they're used to my injury, I'm still going through all the same stuff that I went through the day that you asked me. But now that you're used to it and you think that everything's okay, you're going to do your own stuff, or you're going to pull away from me and not be there for me, or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah, you almost don't want it to become normal.
Yeah. I've lost so many people because of that, you know, and in a way, it's so hard to get them to understand, you know, to treat us like a normal person, but like not to the point where, you know, you don't understand that I'm still inside of a chair, you know. And it's such an odd request to tell somebody else that, you know, but we go through so much, and they only get a percentage of the stuff that we go through.
Yeah, you just want to feel like they understand what it takes to do what you do, and
it's so difficult. I think that's the hardest part. By the time I even get to the event that I'm going through, I'm already so tired from getting ready that I'm just so exhausted by the time I get there, and like they don't understand that, like that I'm just sitting inside of a chair, but I'm so tired. And because of my injury, I have so much nerve pain and so much pain all throughout my body constantly. And so what, you're in the car, and then I know we totally switched. Okay, we were inside the car, and they were in there. He was in there for like maybe 2 minutes, and the gun goes off behind my seat.
Oh my gosh. Was he like talking about something and then getting worked up?
Yeah, they were talking in the back. No, I mean, they were talking about what was going on with whoever he was angry about. And we can't figure out. My thing is, you know, everybody wants to know, like, was it on purpose? What was he doing? Why was it out? But I don't know. I don't know why.
And you were in the passenger seat, and he was behind you.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because he was going to walk around to the other side, too, and the guy was like, just get in right here, you know? So it's just like all those little things, you know, and I was just right there, and the gun goes off, and it was so crazy because they jumped out of the car, and they opened my door, and my leg fell out, and I didn't cry at all. I just went into this mode where I was just like, kind of, my man was freaking out, so I was kind of in a mode of telling him, I'm gonna be okay, calm down, we're gonna be alright, it's gonna be fine. The guy was freaking out, not to call the cops. I was bleeding, and so I was just like freaked out. I couldn't feel my legs anymore. It wasn't that, you know, initial feeling where I have no idea this feeling, you know, and I just feel like, you know, I know something's wrong. My man finally got him to go away. He was just like, you need to jam out now, go. We need to call the cops. And before he said that, I had looked at them and I told them, I'm gonna die here if you guys don't call the cops right now. You guys need to call the cops now. And it was so hard for me. The cops took so long to get there, probably almost an hour. And they had to secure
This was in LA?
Arizona. It happened in Arizona.
What part of Arizona?
Buckeye. It's like maybe an hour before Phoenix, the main part. It was just like a little city. A lot of people from LA migrated there. They were building it and stuff. And that guy was from LA, so he was from. It sounds crazy because it's from a little city, but a bunch of crazy people are there, you know. So anyways. They take forever to get there. They finally get there, secure the place, question me, question everybody there, then call the ambulance. Then the ambulance had to drive 15 minutes out because they told me that the closest hospital wasn't a good hospital. When I was inside the ambulance, I started dozing off. I could feel myself going. And I remember telling myself like to look up and to keep talking, and I just kept on talking and I kept on praying nonstop. I kept on saying the Serenity Prayer nonstop. And
are you religious?
Yeah, I am. I'm really close to God. I feel like I'm not as a religious person as like going every Sunday, all that stuff, you know, but I just, since my mom has got sober the last 5 years, she migrated towards the church, and so did I. And I feel like to get to even where I was at, you know, God is definitely visible in my life. I remember praying when I was younger and just praying for everything to be okay, you know, and I remember him making things okay.
When your mom was using
and I remember her coming and saying that she wanted to go to rehab after that. And it was just it's a big breakthrough and a big thing that I remember inside of my head, because it was, at that point I was so broken as a child. I was so broken, and I didn't have anybody, and my brothers and my cousins just had me, but I didn't have anybody. I'm the oldest, and it was very hard. So getting that taken away has been crazy, you know. The ride over there, everything was, I don't know how they got me stopped. Oh, and the ambulance, when I started fading, they had to like switch me upside down. It was so chaotic, and I remember telling them, just get me inside of there. I just want to go into surgery right now. I want you guys to get me inside of surgery right now. Stop telling me what's gonna happen. Stop telling me all this stuff. Get me into surgery. And they took me. They took me to CT, whatever. And I was at the table, and I was looking in the window of all the people talking, and there was like 5 doctors. There was one doctor that was only talking, and he was pointing on the screen, and they were all around him. Firefighters, ambulance, doctors, everything. And I'm just sitting there staring at them, and I'm like, excuse me, can somebody please talk to me, because I'm freaking out in my head right now, like what the hell's going on, you know? And they basically came out and they told me that they don't know how I'm alive. They thought that it was bouncing around in my stomach, and thank God it stopped in my spine. I'm blessed that I'm still here, because I feel like it could have been easily my head or somebody else's in the car. So I have to look at it as God knew I was strong, and He knew that He made me strong, and He knew that I was the one that could handle this and get through this.
Yeah.
I have to look at it like that. Who knows if it's true or not, but it helps me get through this.
Definitely it is true.
Yeah, and
you're a very strong girl.
Thank you. It's just been so difficult, you know, going to the hospital, going to rehab, all this stuff, and trying to get better, trying to get stronger. I feel like I really mourn the person I was before a lot.
Yeah. You're only 2 years out.
Yeah. It's so hard for me.
Yeah.
I struggle daily on that. I get so frustrated, and I'm glad that I can talk myself down, but it's just that inner feeling. I wish could just go away. Just don't want to have it. I don't want to have that second guess, you know, but it's a part of this injury. I have to accept it. There's things that we have to learn how to accept in this injury, and stay positive. And it's just
no, like you have, the old you died, and you have to keep living and like mourning that person who is dead now.
People
like,
do not understand.
I mean, we get it though, and that's why it's great that you're here.
It totally is.
That we're all here.
And like I tell somebody that I can't do something that I used to do, and they'll be like, "No, you're still you. You know, you still can. You know." And like I understand where they're coming from and why they want to motivate you, but it's just like, no, I really can't. I really don't feel like that. You know, like So it's just so frustrating sometimes, and I just I love that they created this experience because when I'm out with my able-bodied friends, I hate being the person that we can't do this because of the wheelchair, you know, or they're just like, everything is accommodated to me. I'm the only one there in the wheelchair, usually the only one that's around them, you know, or that they see, you know. It's crazy to me how common this injury is, but how also so alone each person is. Like, it's so also uncommon.
Well, you're only 2 years out, and you're still peeling off like the people in your life that really maybe weren't the best people to have in your life. Like, they're still dropping off, and you're finding these amazing people like you're meeting here, and you're gonna be meeting continually because you're such a good person. So you're still building, like, and then when you go places, nothing needs to be different. People will make it work, and everything will just be amazing because you're gonna feel the love that's all around you, where people, you're just like, you get to experience more than able-bodied people feel, you know, that don't go through this. Because when you feel that kind of pain and you're suffering, and then this amazing person comes into your life and just picks you up and carries you over here, you're just like, love, you know, and you're gonna continually, like, it's gonna be amazing.
That's why my first time even talking to somebody was at the LA's Abilities Expo, I believe in March, and that was the first time I met the girls, and I talked to anybody inside of a chair, and this is only my second time, and I'm around wherever, you know, and I never see anybody with this injury, and I think that I love the way the group is trying to normalize it into the community, because it's so crazy how the community looks at us. It's so crazy how many stares that we get, and how they don't realize, like, okay, it's not up here, that's something that's wrong. You know, you don't treat me differently like that. You can still talk to me, I'm still a person.
Yeah, so I think this is just my stance, and this is what helps me all the time. is, I say it all the time, is that you were chosen because you're strong, just like you said. And we are pioneers, and the world is really hard. But look at these little kids that you're watching out there dancing, and like, they're the next generation, you know. They're gonna be going through this stuff, but we are gonna make it better for them. And we have to educate the world. We have to peel off the stigma. It's all over us. It's all over. But we have to hold our head up, and we have to forgive constantly for people staring. We have to understand why they're staring. They're staring because they don't understand. And we have to forgive when people might be insulted, you know.
Yeah, there's
Smile.
so many crazy, like, insulting things that they could say that they don't even realize it's
They don't
insult.
realize it, though, exactly.
Yeah.
And so we have to be the ones to understand that and not let it make us judge them. Instead, educate them.
Yeah.
And then take on that role that, like, you are now in this position to make the biggest difference in this world and make it so much better for these little girls.
Yeah.
Like, this is your now amazing role that you've been given, you know? That will give you so much strength. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and it takes so much strength. It really does.
Yeah.
But that's why you, going through everything you did growing up, like, as an able-bodied, but going through so much shit. Like, you went through that to be strong enough to handle this and to just make it, like, use it for everything.
Thank you. I
It's
appreciate
powerful.
it so much. I do. I appreciate it so much. I know I've been talking forever.
No, there's actually more, because you didn't, so, like, you were dating someone, and then you were in the accident, and then you mentioned the guy's in jail, but he's, you know, fighting you, and...
Yes, he actually, the cops came, and luckily I described him. I told him what he introduced himself as, and they knew exactly who I was talking about. He was a troublemaker inside of the town, and so I was thankful for that, because they knew exactly where to go get him at, and it wasn't like a random case, you know. They told me if I wanted to press charges at the beginning, and I told them no. Probably for the first day, the whole first day, they asked me like several times, even after like things have calmed down and I was already inside of my room. They kept on asking me, and I was like, nah. I just didn't know what happened yet. I didn't understand what happened. I didn't know what happened, and people that are not from that type of environment, they don't understand where I was coming from. But it's just not my first initial response to that. It's just not.
Because you're a beautiful person.
Thank you. I later found out, you know, that guy was a 9-time felon, and he was not supposed to have a gun, and he was looking for somebody else, and who knows what would have happened, or whose life or father would have been taken if that guy did go wandering down the street.
And so he's in jail right now?
Yeah, they did get him. He tried to plead insanity, and that just prolonged the case for a couple more months. They deemed him not insane, and then they had to, he fired 2 of his attorneys, which when he fires the attorney, which is, he fires like the last month that we're going to, before we go to trial, and then we have to start it all over again. The process all over again, because a new attorney has to get caught up. He did that twice, and then recently the third attorney quit on his own for ethical reasons. He said he won't do it. And I think that's kind of a problem that they're having right now with him, because his case is so serious. And
what is he, like, gonna get? Life?
No, I don't think he'll get life. He'll probably get 10. I'm thinking at the most.
And it's been 2.
Yeah, it's been 2. It's hard for me to even say that he's just gonna get 10. I haven't even had to come to a case with that, because I mean, my man is furious about it. He's just like, that's not enough. You know, you don't understand what you did to my life. And that was honestly a hard part the first year, because me getting into bed and out of bed and changing and going through so much pain, I wanted to record myself, and I wanted to be like, look at what I go through.
Yeah.
And you think that you deserve to be fine? You think you deserve to be walking around and free? Nothing, not even a care. You're not even trying to say sorry or say, you know, like, try to take blame for what you did. That's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
You know? It's so crazy. And everybody's like talks about how forgiveness is such an important thing and a big factor and all this stuff. But I feel like, how can I forgive somebody that won't even take responsibility for what they did? To
Exactly. Yeah, that's...
It's so hard.
Yeah,
so hard.
But that... Think about when you finally are able to forgive. You're gonna have healed to an extent that most people will never get. Like, it's gonna be just an explosion of healing, because yeah, you're probably gonna have to forgive someone who never understands, never tries to, because something is not right in his head. Something happened to him. He wasn't nurtured, you know, he wasn't loved and shown, like, and you have to try and see it that way and understand that he is never, you know.
Yeah, I try to, at the beginning of the first year was like a lot that I thought about. And this next year, you know, I kind of just try to block it out. When I catch myself thinking about it, I try to literally stop my thought process and be like, I can't think about this puts me in a bad place.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a new court date or anything, you know, they email me, it's just like all the feelings come back.
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating trying to go back and forth, trying to explain how important this is to me, all the factors, and it's challenging. It's very challenging going through all this every single day.
Yeah, no, this is drug out, and you shouldn't have to go through it anymore.
It's crazy. And it's just been a crazy experience. It really has. And I feel like, in a way, I'm blessed because it has opened my eyes to this amazing community. And I love it so much. I'm so obsessed with it.
The dance community?
Yeah, it's in general, the SCI community of the Abilities Expo. I just love how they come together. I love how they share their stories. I love how it's such strong people. And no matter what's a strong person, because overcome this, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
And you just get to that point. And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. And I really wanted to start a page dedicated to my chair because I didn't really feel comfortable posting on my regular one. And I kept on saying, like, oh, this keeps on happening, or I feel so down, I feel so sad. Like, how am I going to tell somebody else to be okay when I can't even be okay, you know? But at some point, I just had to really be like, no, if I don't do this now, you know, if I wait for something to not go wrong, I'm never going to document anything.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
do
I have
it.
to do it. I have to report the good and the bad. And I love it. I love just being able to talk to people and communicate with them and let them. I love being able to express my feelings, even if they're the darkest, and that somebody's saying, I totally understand you. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like this. Thank you for posting that.
And
you
it's
know?
okay. It's not crazy. It's totally okay.
Totally normal. And I feel like that's so much from the SCI community, but it's just so crazy how I feel looked at from my able-bodied community. And
we have to.
Part of me is just like leaving away from them. Yeah, I totally. Even with this experience, you know, I actually got into a fight with my best friend that I've been friends with for years, and it's just so crazy to me that you know, you can know that I'm going through this much and still, you know, go with your own little drama. But whatever, it is what it is. I had to just be like, as much as it hurts me and everything, look, I'm going to this new experience. I want to meet new people and bring new people inside of my life that I feel comfortable around, that I feel okay around, that understand me and what I'm going through. Because maybe these people understand me before, but they definitely don't. And I feel like I surrounded myself before around people that I was taking care of. And, I was always there for everybody, and I think that's another hard part about this, because I was there for them. When they called me, when, I mean anything, my food, my house, my car, everything I was sharing, I was giving you, you know that you can call me and I'm going to be there for you, whatever it is. And none of them are there for me, you know, none of them are there for me now. So it's so crazy that it's just like, I was so much there for all these people and I wasted all this time, because at that moment I really thought these people would have my back. I really thought these people would care for me. And it's so crazy when you go through something rough, who's really around you.
Yeah.
People really need to watch who they're surrounding with themselves with.
Exactly.
What you're doing for them. It needs to be mutual. And it's just life lessons that I've learned all because of this.
So it was a blessing that took you out of a crowd that didn't deserve you and is now putting you where we need you, you know? And then now everything that you do for others is going to come back to you tenfold. Like, that's the blessing. It's hard, but good things don't come easy, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I do believe that a lot. There's a lot of pain, and the strong survive.
Yes.
You know, gotta do this, and we gotta put our all. We're gonna have bad days. We can't let those pull us down. I feel like everybody has bad days. Everybody has bad moments, and it doesn't matter if you're walking or rolling, you're gonna have them.
Yeah.
So gotta just keep on pushing, keep going.
Well, I can't wait to see you here in a year
So
and record it again.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
You're awesome.
Maybe be a hug.